buy that for $1.
You are now watching the Bargain Bin Bros. You're goddamn right.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Bargain Bin Bros. My boy Shane over here is absolutely struggling, so he's a trooper. He's on and giving us all he can for now. So Shane, we totally understand if you got to jump off, but let's start there with my Bargain Bin Bro. How you doing today?
I've been better. Feeling a bit rough, but yeah, I'm just gonna get over myself and just power through, man. So.
Oh
Yeah.
man, you're a very good friend for making it on here. So, yeah, man. Well, the new setup is looking fantastic. So what is left to do? You've built the riser, you've put those up. That's about it, yeah.
There's a few little tweaks. I think the riser, when I was building it, was really annoying to build. It's a TV stand. It's 260 centimeters. There's 4 different parts, and it took like a weekend. It was just a slow process. And then I just don't like, the base seems quite narrow from what's on it. So as I was doing it, I was like, I'm not sure if this is going to work. When I got it completed, it looks the part. It's fit for purpose. But I think if I were to get 2 big module cases, it would not only double as a riser and display case. So I think that would be a more efficient use of space. So it's not just a riser. So the riser would act as 2 things, riser and display case, and I could fit vehicles in. I think that's what I'm going to do. Going to get 2 Maxes that are maybe the same width as the 7 Bladens, and maybe a bit higher to even pop up a small bit. That's the plan going forward. Apart from that, a few little tweaks here and there. But no, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it.
That's awesome, man. It looks fantastic, and classic collector brain right there. You're just finishing one phase and you're already thinking about the next, which you got to have a plan in place. But that's very funny.
If only
So,
the
yeah,
MCU did it.
That's right. Yeah. If only they had a plan. But hey, we're gonna get there because I'm kind of liking what they've been doing recently. But I might be alone, or there might be one other person on the panel that agrees with me. So next up, my other bargain bin bro, we've got Eddie Money Mendez. Eddie, how you doing today?
Hey, what's up, guys? ¿Qué pasó? TGIF, baby. So,
That's right.
thank
We
God
made
it's
it.
Friday. Other than that, I'm cool, man. Just got meetings, last work day of the week, and then it's another weekend. So
Heck yeah. And what's the weather looking like over there in beautiful Southern California?
it's not bad at all. Last night I was cold, but nowhere near as cold as I'm sure these other guys are. It was probably I didn't check, but it was probably like 50 some. Maybe like high 40 because it was fucking cold last night, but
Nice.
it's not
Okay.
anything crazy.
You could sleep with the windows open.
Yeah, I don't do that though. I had the heater. I had the heater on.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right, awesome, man. Well, thanks for joining. I know you're gonna have to jump off in a little bit, so I'm gonna go to my other co-host here, Big Bretta, and then we're gonna get to our special guest as well. Shuao, how you doing? I think you and I might be wearing the same sweater, by the way.
I don't care. All good. I'm a bit sleepy because I just finished Collectors Unite. But yeah, all good here.
Heck yeah, well,
Isn't Christian
to-
coming too?
He said he may or may not. I sent him the link, but I think he was feeling pretty sleepy. So, but yeah, why don't you harass him and tell him to get on over here? But yeah, no,
Excuse.
tap out excuse, exactly. Well, no, good conversation. We're just gonna have to say something to piss you off to get the energy back up. I think that'll be the key there. But thanks for joining at this late hour. And coming in from a snow day, we've got a special guest, first time on the show, Evil Sneaker. Sneaker, how you doing today?
Yeah, man, I'm doing great. Marco, thanks so much for having me. Eddie, good to meet you. I know we were chatting a little bit backstage, but Breda, I've streamed with Breda and Shane as well. But yes, good to see you guys again. So I'm usually off on Fridays, but like I was telling you guys backstage, it's crazy right now in Wisconsin. We're getting it's projected within the next, I guess now within like the next 12 hours, like 14 inches at my house. So we've already got like a foot of snow outside. Yeah, it's like crazy snowstorm right now. So all the schools are shut down. So yeah, my wife is watching the kids today because she's off and allowing me to stream this afternoon. I know we've been trying to link up for a while. So glad to get on a Friday. And then also it's crazy because like I know you guys like with West Coast weather, it's just so different. So like Monday and Tuesday, it's like a high of -2 degrees. So it's like -2 high, and then like the low is like -15. So it's just gonna be, it's gonna like we're gonna get all this snow, and then we're just gonna get blasted by cold weather for like I think it's like 3 or 4 days around 0 degrees. So it'll be a lot of fun. We'll stay inside.
Y'all are built different over there because it's 40 degrees here right now, and I'm like shivering. So it's
that's like hoodie weather here. If it's 40 degrees, like I'll just go outside wearing a hoodie and whatever. Go for a walk in the winter if it's 40 degrees. But yeah, it's pretty wild. But
and I saw the Chiefs and Dolphins game this weekend is scheduled to be maybe one of the coldest games. I think they said -30 perhaps. And
dude,
I was just thinking about. Yeah, like these guys are going to be. Some of them might be sleeveless. I don't know if you actually can do that physically.
I wouldn't physically do that. So like when it gets that cold, so sometimes what happens like when it'll say like low of -15, with the wind chill, it'll probably be that like -20, -30. When you go outside, like if you're out there for a couple minutes, like you literally your hands will feel like they're freezing, and like if you hit them on something, I can imagine like football players, even in like 20s and 30s, like if you hit your hand on something, it feels like it's going to shatter. So it'll be interesting to see like what these guys do. But yeah, that's bitter cold, literally bitter.
I cannot wait to watch that on my couch with the heater cranked up to 70.
Let me ask you one thing.
Go ahead, Bretta.
Do you guys don't have over there on the stadiums the heating?
Some of them are covered and they've got heating, but are you talking about on the seats physically or?
No, for the players.
Yeah,
they have like
some of them
fans.
Are covered.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
You're
I was just gonna say like for like you're talking about like for the players for heating and stuff. I don't know. They might have like heated benches and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised at this point, but they have like
I'm
those
not talking
giant.
about heated benches. I'm talking in the soccer stadiums. Some stadiums they have the heating that they will not feel cold when they are playing. The stadium is heated.
Oh, I don't think they really do that. I think they just have like the giant heaters for the players, but fans are out of luck on that front. I feel like unless you're in a suite, unless you got the big bucks, otherwise you're stuck outside.
It's all a very crazy exercise to see people. Fans probably have it worse because you're not out and running, so you're just literally sitting there in the cold.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to watch. So if anyone wants to tune in for the first time, this weekend's games will be a good sample. But Sneaker, thanks so much for joining.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me.
Before Shane falls asleep here, I think let's talk about something really quick because this is interesting to me, and maybe no one else has really seen this yet. But let's talk about Echo really quick because I'm actually really enjoying this. I think this is one of the better things that Marvel has done in a while. It kind of has that, obviously, because it has the same DNA, but a little bit of Hawkeye, which I really enjoyed, and then the Netflix TV series. It's got the violence of that. And then also, if anyone has ever seen Reservation Dogs, it's got a lot of the actors from Native American actors from that. But anyone on here watching the show at all?
Well, we've been talking about it, a couple times, but I'm 2 episodes in. I wasn't really like that interested in it. I didn't even know that it was going to be a thing really. And then I started seeing people talk about it, and so I thought I'll give it a shot because I'm not watching anything right now, but I did like the first 2 episodes. I don't know where the story is going, but as far as like the Native American background and like she's a really good, like, she's a cool action character, and like she's a good actress. She's doing good, so that's cool. And there's some funny characters in the show. And
Biscuits.
Biscuits is hilarious, dude. When he's in the second episode, when he was driving like the banged up truck down the street, and he's like staring at his grandma, dude. I was dying on that scene.
There's like some really good comedy and some really like not depraved, but some really gory stuff. So it's interesting, that mix.
Yeah, but I like it. I like the actors and actresses in it. It's not bad so far. So.
Heck yeah, man. Anybody else on here watching this? We can move on if no one else is watching.
I'm gonna watch it this weekend. I'm gonna watch it this weekend.
Okay.
She
okay.
actually grew up like really close to me. She's from Wisconsin, so like she's like part Menominee, which is one of the tribes in Wisconsin. I forget what she's like, Menominee, and then I think one other. But yeah, she grew up like not far from me. Like went to school around the area, which is always cool to see somebody local.
Yeah.
But especially Wisconsin,
awesome.
you don't like get a lot of people coming from Wisconsin. But yeah, so cool. But I'm gonna watch this weekend. I really like Daredevil. If it's anything like Daredevil, I'm sure I'll enjoy it. But I've heard good things. So yeah, I'll probably binge watch it either tonight or sometime this weekend.
Reservation Dogs.
Yeah, so Mario's saying Reservation Dogs, Reservoir Dogs. So Reservation Dogs is a show. I think it's on FX, but it definitely is on
Yes,
Hulu.
it's a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's about young Native American folks on a reservation. So the first episode is very inspired by Reservoir Dogs, and the name is definitely from that. But the show is called Reservation Dogs. So yeah, definitely check it out. It's worth watching, and check out Echo. I would say like it's not going to be for everyone, but I'm definitely enjoying it.
And for people that
Go ahead,
don't
Ed.
know, they released all the episodes. So if you're like thinking, "Oh, wait," all the episodes are already out. So I feel like some people didn't know that. I didn't know that. So that's cool.
I think it's only 5 or so, right?
Yeah, 5 episodes.
Yeah, so definitely worth a watch, I think. But yeah, might not be for everyone. Anyone else, Brett or Shane, have any plans to watch this?
I might watch it, but my expectations are low.
That's a good place to go in because mine were very low as well. I was like, oh, they dropped them all at one time.
They're downstairs, like I'm upstairs here. Yeah, I mean it's like, I've lined up to watch. Like the rest of Reacher actually is pretty damn good.
I still haven't started that at all.
Reacher is amazing.
From Mankind is fantastic. I'm watching that at the moment. It's series 4 or 5. And there's a few movies have been recommended by the lads on the Hope Show recently, so I want to work my way through them. So, yeah.
All right. You got some other stuff in the backlog. Got it. Okay. And Bretta, just a no.
Just a no. I know I will be disappointed, so I will better not try.
There we go. That's always the best attitude to have.
bro.
Don't even try.
What a Debbie Downer, dude. I hate to see it.
Sounds like a tap out excuse to me, but
Now I got a
move
huge
on.
backlog from Hawkeye to Loki season 2,
Second half of the Batman when you fell asleep to.
second half of the Batman that I fall
Man.
asleep. There's my backlog is huge.
You're gonna have to finish that Batman before you get the InArt figure too, because I'm gonna be on every video or post you put up saying this guy's never seen the film. He's a fake collector. He's a shill. So you better.
You are not
you
wrong.
better
You are
rectify
not
that.
wrong.
I can see the
better not
thumbnails
finish
now.
that movie.
The truth about Big Brother.
That's right.
He doesn't watch movies.
He doesn't watch movies. That's right. All right, so let's move on from Echo because I think that's a divisive topic. But I just want to go back to We Riot, which is we got certain figures, characters, genres, types that we want 1/6 scale companies to make. And I'm going to keep going back to this. Where is Cal Kestis? They gave us a trooper from Jedi. It's not Fallen Order, but it's
Jedi Survivor.
Survivor. There you go. So I've got the game. I haven't started it yet. I see that there's like a bunch of different looks, but where the heck is Cal Kestis? It's not okay. So We Riot. Just want to highlight that. Hot Toys. We haven't forgotten. And do want to just really quickly plug Collector Zone, our affiliate over there. Promo code 16FIX or 16FIX will get you 15% off. So description is, let's see, the promo code is down in the description below and the link to Marcos's website as well. So yeah, go check that out. And thank you to him for doing that blurred giveaway for us. So, actually, let me get out of here really quick. So let me check in with the chat again before Shane falls asleep. And let's see. Let's go over here. So we've got in the house, Collector Joey. Hello, my amazing friends. Collector Joey, thanks for being on. We got Sith Scale Collector. What's up, everyone? Hey, thanks for joining. Go Raiders. Jazzy. Morning, Marco. Money and Evil. Hey, Jazzy, thanks for joining.
What's up, dude?
Let's see, we got Evil Sneaker. We got El Profesoro. Morning, fellas. Mario, if you're free and want to jump on, just let me know. I'll send the link over. I thought I already had, actually. Let's see, we got Primetime Reviews. Morning, everyone. Thanks for joining. We got Money Mendez. Let's see who else we got. We got Silon in the house. We got Mark Attack. Hello. Is that Incognito Kenobi?
It's talking about
Oh
me.
man, that's awesome.
He's always telling me I look like Obi-Wan Kenobi. I swear he's got a tracker on me or something. He's
You
like
know.
always knows when I'm going live. But no, what's up, Mark?
That's incredible. Now I can't unsee it, honestly.
Yeah, he's
That
always
is
telling me
incredible.
that. He's always telling me that. It's funny.
That's right. We got Shane in here talking about centimeters or inches. Yeah. Okay. So thanks for converting it for us, for those that went to public school. Mark Attack. Why is the mood of the stream so depressing? You just got to look at who we've got on here. And that's obviously, we got a
I'm
lot.
not depressing, sir. What the hell?
You are the original
Wow.
depressing streamer, but we love you for it because I'm the same as well.
The
So we'll work on bringing we'll work on bringing the energy level up. Mark, thanks for calling it out. Calling that out. I can't even speak. We got Big Rib in the house. Hello, fellas. We got Baby Boy 562 in the house. What's going on, Baby Boy? Thanks for joining. We got, let's see who else we got. We got Sean Forrester. I'm in Iowa, and we got 10 inches earlier this week. Going through blizzard now with another 10 to 12 now. Winds are crazy too. Well, be safe out there. That's that's not stuff that I can particularly relate to, and y'all are wild for going through all this. But yeah, thanks for reporting on the conditions over there. Let's see, we got Lancelot's Nerd Corner. What's up, everyone? Hopes everyone's having a great start to the weekend. Hey, thanks for joining. We got He, She, We, Big Boobs. 100, glad to listen at work. Looking forward to y'all's opinion on Morbius. We will get there to Morbius. I think that's one that a lot of folks are, interested in. Let's see, Jazzy saying, take a couple of shots of tequila. That'll keep them warm. That's the only way, I think. I think you have to drink, right? Sneaker, you would be able to speak to that. You just got to drink the scotch, yeah?
Just got to drink if you're if you're in Wisconsin. Yeah, which is funny because it makes you feel warm, but it actually makes you colder in reality.
Oh,
Like
really?
your actual body. Yeah, it's like it really doesn't warm your body up. It gives you a warm sensation, but it actually kind of does the opposite. Just
tricks your
not a little
brain.
scientific fact.
Oh, man.
Hot whiskey.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, make it hot, make it warm. Make it warm, that'll actually do something.
Is that like a hot toddy, honestly?
Yeah. It's basically hot water, whiskey, and then you have a few options for sweeteners. You can use sugar or honey and a bit of lemon, and then in the lemon you can have some cloves, if you like cloves or not, and it's pretty damn good.
Oh, heck yeah. No, I do love the warm drinks this time of year. We got Yomo in the house. Yo, what's up, everyone? We got Commander Green. Hello, everybody. Commander Green. Yomo, thanks for joining. Let's see, we got Doc Smizzle. Great Scott.
Oh,
Doc, I was just talking about you. I was like, where's Doc Smizzle been? Hey, thanks for joining. Good to see you. And sorry about your football team, but yeah, better luck for both of our teams next year. Let's see, we got Caesar in the house. Buenos dias. Hey, Cesar, thanks for joining. Just pre-ordered the new DeLorean. Wow, okay, congratulations. And let's see, we got the Empire Strikes. Hi, all. Hey, thank you for joining. So with that, thanks everyone for being in the house. I think we're going to go straight into the hot take game here, because I know a few of us are either going to pass out or have to leave for work. So, Shane, I'm going to give you first pick here, since this is your favorite game, and I'm going to go through the categories. You've got A, no problemo. We got B, and I said that specifically like that because it's from the film. There's that word again. We got C, hello doc. We've got D, if you gotta go with a smile. And that is it. Those are our categories today. So Shane, where do you go? Oh, look at Buddy in the frame.
Nice.
Let's see. Let's show off Buddy really quick.
Okay, so Mammy's not here, so he was downstairs and he was going ballistic. And I don't like leaving him downstairs on his own.
Oh,
I've gone
man,
soft.
well,
I will go
gone
no
soft.
problemo. Do you want to bark
no
or do you want to
problemo.
talk?
All right.
Okay, he won't stay here for 2 minutes anyway.
All
Oh,
right.
settling, okay.
No problemo. And I'm glad to have Brett on this one because, I've been slandering this company for a while, but we all need to believe in present toys now. And so they've shown off 2 figures that I think are going to be dropping here pretty soon. So we've got the Blade and we've got the Terminator here, battle damaged. So Shane, tell us why after these teases, we need to believe in present toys. And I was a fool for doubting them in the past.
This guy's not our friend. Like, Buddy, we don't like Marco. Okay, right. Gotta access my shy talking mode. Right. Well, this looks like a recast of the DX13. The DX13 is going for crazy prices on eBay now. I am unaware of any other companies really doing. Hot Toys aren't doing it. InArt are not doing it. So, if you want a Terminator 2 Battle Damage T800 Arnie, your options are spend a couple hundred or spend, what's this, 200?
Bretta, do you know what the what this one goes for?
No.
Okay,
No,
I
think
can
it's
go look it up,
around
but yeah, I think it's
250
around
or
that.
something like that, or is it around 200?
Is it so expensive?
Yeah. I think it's expensive. No, I think it's around the 200 mark. I could be wrong. I'm not sure, but I mean, you could have that then as your placeholder for. Oh, jeez, I find this really difficult. I'd never fucking buy this. Like, Jesus, like, sorry, that's like, no, I wouldn't buy this. But yeah, maybe if you're looking for a placeholder or something like that, I'm not really playing the game very well. If you're looking for a placeholder, maybe this is for you, and you're not willing to pay the crazy price to the DX13, or you can't find it on a deal or something like that. So I mean, I don't think it's bad though. I don't think it's the worst thing I've ever seen. I think it's kind of, as far as third-party figures go, it actually looks okay from this image, to be honest. But it doesn't hold a candle to the DX13. Sorry, I didn't really follow the rules of the game.
No, you did. I think you were a true professional, and you did it as long as you can. That's a tough one for sure. So, yeah, I think that was all really well said. Bretta, tell us about Present Toys. I've been on stream saying, they keep announcing shit and not releasing things. And now it seems like they're getting some momentum. They're, knocking these two out. They've got genuine leather. The likenesses are fairly decent. The prices are fairly reasonable. Tell us why I was a fool to doubt them, Bretta.
But when you say they are not releasing anything, what do you know that they release?
So they did the Indiana Jones, right?
No, Indiana, and before that.
Yeah, so I'm not really familiar, but I have seen a lot of announcements coming out through them, right? They were doing Ghostbusters. They were doing a lot of properties. And my point was, I'm seeing a lot of announcements and pre-orders and not a lot of shit releasing. So that's why
they were always
really
like
skeptical.
they were always like these. They always announce a lot and release time by time. You notice them with the Indiana Jones because that was basically actually the time when they start to do some quality was from the Indiana Jones moving forward. They did that Indiana Jones, and then they did the mask. They did the mask really good. The mask that they did was really good. These ones I don't know. Because the blade, if you compare with the Hot Toys one is completely outdated. Anyone that say that the Hot Toys blade still holds anything is just fooling himself. The only place that it belongs at this moment is in the bargain bin and nothing more. The Hot Toys need to refresh that one. And the Terminator I don't like because it's a recast from Hot Toys. It's completely a recast, and it's not. If they were like, okay, let's do our let's do our take on Battle Damage Terminator and do their own head sculpt. But this is basically a recast from the Hot Toys. If they did like Mars Toys, that they are doing the Jack Nicholson, but they are really doing their head sculpts. When it's a recast, you already know that you will always lose a lot in the process, and they can try with paint and with the leather. I still think that many people will like these. The first one that they did was really good.
I felt like the likeness on that one was a bit weaker though, right? Like you're saying the recast, you kind of lost some of the.
This looks better.
Likeness in it.
And I think that the strength is that it probably is a recast. That's why it looks better. I know that's essentially a copy and paste.
That looks better because they exactly copy the Hot Toys one.
Yeah. If I had to pick one of them, I get this one. If I had to pick one of them.
Sorry.
If I had to pick between the unbattle damaged or this one here, I'd pick this one.
Yeah, you would pick this one. The other one looks good with the glasses only. Because with the glasses it can resemble Arnold, But I don't know. Let's see how it looks like in ends. But this is Terminator is the kind of figure that you always would want to have the Hot Toys one. I don't think if you could, it's better to have the licensed one. Because it comes with I don't know what accessories it even come with, but I'm not sure it doesn't come with the same stuff
There's
that
two
the Hot Toys one
different,
comes.
the eye lights up, two different head sculpts, one really heavily battle damaged, two different jackets. Unfortunately, they are pleather. You've a swap out left arm, which is regular and one battle damage, numerous different hands, and a bunch of different weapons. If you get the deluxe version, you get the T1000 thing, which
The T1000.
I never liked and I'll never use, but that's there as well. Yeah, it's a great
that's
piece.
you know how
This
jealous
is
I am that
210.
you've got
Someone
that
was
shit.
saying in the comments it's 210.
It's 210. Yeah, I think Austin said that. So 210
Yeah,
shipped.
210.
Yeah, so not terrible, but also who knows when this would happen. But if InArt, we know that they've got this license to do these in some capacity. Now, maybe not 1/6, but if they ever
I'm
do it, I
already
could
out of
imagine.
collecting.
You'll be out of collecting my. But you could imagine, the die-cast endoskeleton, right? Like you could imagine pieces that would be even more premium that would make this look even worse. So is it worth holding out? It could be a long time, but yeah, that might be where I end up. So Bretta, you might have both of these in hand sometime in the next few weeks, yeah?
I think in 2 or 3 days. Why you are saying few weeks?
Oh, in 2 or 3 days. Okay, wow. Okay, so looking very forward to hearing your thoughts once you get these in hand, because these both are intriguing. They're especially with the genuine leather, again at the price point, but not quite sure yet. So Eddie, what are you feeling about either of these? Does Blade interest you?
Yeah. I have the So Toys Blade on pre-order, but I think each version is a different movie. I looked it up a while ago, but I don't remember which version is which. So I think you could get both.
I think So might be from like the third film, right?
This
yeah,
is the
this-
first one.
This is the first one, or So's the first?
Is not?
I don't know.
I think
But I do know that they're both from different movies. So you could get both and have two different representations. And the genuine leather thing
no. This is Blade
interests
2.
me. So I want to
Austin
see how
said.
that comes out. But I think it looks decent. And again, like you guys were talking about it with Terminator, with the shades, it looks better. If it doesn't come out in hand and I love it and it like looks like Wesley Snipes to me, I'll just put the glasses on. I don't really, that doesn't bug me that much. If it has, like, I'll probably use the glasses anyway. So that's cool. But I don't know if this is on pre-order anywhere anymore. That's why I was looking on 1/6 kit to see if it was still up, and it's not. He might have extras though when it actually goes in stock, but yeah, I'm interested in that one at least. And then as far as Arnold,
I
I
sell you
don't
mine.
like. What'd you say, Joa?
I sell you mines.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I'll buy yours, dude. Is it the review copy though? Because if you're fucking no, I'm just playing.
Wow.
You know that but you know that the review copies are always better than the production pieces.
Oh,
Just like his
you're
Mars
right.
Toys Joker, my vest was falling apart, but his was pristine. What the hell?
Dang. I'm not a
Was
big
it?
battle damage guy, so the
little
Arnold,
bit.
the Arnold battle damage doesn't. I've never really wanted that in my collection. I want like a full leather suit with the shades and the shotgun or whatever.
Yeah, I think there are going to be better versions coming in the pipeline. When? Who knows? But it'll happen for sure. So, all right, Eddie. So you're with me on that. So Sneaker, either of these interest you at all? And I forget, where are you with the third party figures? Have you gone down that road at all?
I have one third party figure. I'm honestly like the only third party figure I have is actually from a game called The Division. I don't know if any of you have played that, but it's a VTS Toys Division like Dark Zone agent figure.
Nice.
If you know anything about video games, but so I was really high on the game. But yeah, I'm not real big into third party. I've got so much stuff coming in this year, like 20. I'm like I think almost at 20 pre-orders at this point. So it's just I don't really have the ability to get this stuff. I'm not really. Yeah, there's the only real third-party thing I'm interested in right now is potentially like getting a Riddler, either like Conundrum Man or Puzzle Man, like the Yon Toys one, or I forget what the Conundrum Man one is. But with the Batman stuff, I'd like to have a Riddler at some point. But I think as far as present toys go, there's a good market for these figures. Hasn't been a Terminator in a while. People obviously don't want to pay aftermarket prices for Terminator. $200 is pretty reasonable, or 210, whatever it is. I feel like there's going to be a lot of people who are justifying that by saying, yeah, I'm not going to pay Hot Toys prices. This is a good placeholder. Looks good enough for me. So they're going to get it. So I think the market for this figure and blade is really good because you honestly don't really have a lot of options unless you want to pay a lot of money. So that's what I would say. But for me personally, there's other priorities that I have than these ones.
Yeah, that's a smart way to approach it, honestly, because there is so
But
much coming out, right?
What is the
course.
everyone is talking about the high prices of the DX13? We are talking about how much? Because here the DX13 goes for 380, the deluxe one.
Yeah, so if it were me, I would just probably, if it were me, I would want the Hot Toys version too. You know what I mean? I wouldn't like, if I'm gonna get one, I'd probably want the one that's better.
If you are given the option, you pay 210 for a third party, or you pay 380 for the original one, and especially the deluxe version that comes with the T1000, you will get the Hot Toys one. You will not get the third party.
I don't know.
I guess the tough part
I
is
guess
the
it depends.
gamble, not knowing
Yeah.
what the condition is, right? Like, or if it's going to disintegrate once you get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
I
I'm
think that's a
talking
tough.
about new in box, not second hand.
Yeah, no issues with it. I think it just depends
No,
on
it's
how much,
new.
how much you like.
Is
Yeah.
unopened. Is new.
I feel like it just depends on how much you like the figure, you know, and how much you're willing to pay for something at that point.
If it's brand new, does it mean that it won't degrade the second you open it? That. I
If
didn't
it's
know that. I
unopened,
thought
you
if it
don't know,
was old.
right?
Yeah, that's the scary part. That's a lot of money to gamble with, right? Like maybe 400 to 450 once it gets to your door. That's not an insignificant amount of money.
Yeah, 210 sounds a lot better than 380. You know, especially if there's risk of something being wrong with the figure because it's older. But
Actually, can you imagine you can get, for example, this one for 210, and then just try to find the head sculpt, the Hot Toys one. Just pop the head sculpt and maybe it will work.
Yeah, that's a strategy as well. But I think, I just think waiting for InArt might be the move, honestly.
Ooh,
I think that
you
they're
will
gonna
wait
do
until when? After they will release after the DeLorean diecast.
I will be. Yeah, I will have tapped out of the hobby by then. But it's just something I say to keep me sane. Sorry, Sneaker, you were wrapping up your thoughts and we kind of.
oh no, that's really it. I think also like I'm not real like I really don't have a desire right now to have a Terminator figure in my collection. Will that change at some point? Maybe. Like I've been expanding my collection into other stuff. I just have other priorities right now. You know, if we were talking third party, something else that I had an interest in might be a little bit of a different story. But yeah, as of right now,
the Royal Guards.
Yeah. So the Royal Guard is actually something I might get because I have a Hot Toys one. I'm not paying $350 for $450. I know, Brett, I saw your picture of one. It looks literally like, I don't even know if you can tell the difference between a Hot Toys one. Like in that case, you're getting one that looks very, very similar for a significant fraction of the price. And for me, like that'd be an extra, be the second one for me. That's what I need. I need a second one. I'm not paying, like I said, $350, $400 to get a second one that's a really nice option. I might pull the trigger. I know Kit has some short pre-order kits on his site. I'm thinking about it, but yeah, that one is more like, that's what I mean by something that interests me a little bit more.
There we go. Well, yeah. So I think at the very least, Present Toys, they've got my attention a bit more. Before it was just all announcements and no releasements from what I was seeing, and now with the ball rolling, we'll see how the quality turns out.
Releasements?
With these.
You're gonna okay. It's too early to call him on his shit, eh?
Releasements.
You should always call me on my shit, and I meant to say that actually. Releasements is definitely a technical term. But all right, so Bretta, you're up next. All right, so I'll go through the categories. So no problemo has been taken. There's that word again. Hello, Doc.
This one.
Hello, Doc. All right. Fuck, you shouldn't have chosen this one, but you got to play. Although the Morbius movie is great, the figure is kind of a disappointment. So tell us why the movie's great, but the figure, on the other hand, maybe isn't as great.
I choose Hello Doc because I thought was something about the DeLorean.
Yeah,
Why you
I
are
know. I
putting
did
Morbius
that
to this?
intentionally. I was trying to
He's
trick
technically
you.
a doctor, that's why.
The movie was amazing.
Wow.
For me, it was one of the best movies I saw last year. No any doubt. People can shit on that movie. I saw it 3 times. I didn't fall asleep in any of them.
You didn't fall asleep. Wow.
Great, great. Even from the original soundtrack, everything was to the point. The figure is a disappointment. First, starting with that face, that head sculpt is one of the worst paints Hot Toys have done lately. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I can save the teeth. Okay, the hair looks like spaghetti. Horrible. The coloring I don't like at all. And then please bring me those hands. Do me a close up on those hands, because those hands. I want that to now. Oi, now you are pushing
hold
my
on. I got a
interest
good one.
again.
I got a good one with the hands. Let's see. All right. I think this one might be our best bet here.
Look,
So what about the hands?
look, they are horrible. First, they are not properly scaled with the body. They are huge. And now explain me one thing. How the hell does this beast has these humongous hands and then go down? Go down in his
go down,
body. Go
okay.
down. Yeah, go down. Go down, more down. I want to see the legs.
Let's find a better picture with the legs.
Go down. Okay. Let me see. And then he wears what size is that? A 7? A shoes?
That's
He has
funny.
a hands. Yeah. He has a hands like a monster, and then use these tiny shoes. Now this figure is a huge piece of crap from bottom to the top. That's all I have to say. What do you want me to say more? I never watched the movie. I don't care nothing about this figure, and now I'm here just defending this.
So you're not actually offended by this figure though. This doesn't do anything for you.
Nothing. This could be a Pokemon there. It will be the same for me. Doesn't say anything to me.
It could be Christian talking about League of Legends for all you care, right?
Exactly. It could be Christian talking about League of Legends. I really. What I can appreciate the figure, because it's completely different from everything. You can pose him. You can have him with a lot of other figures that it will look cool. Even with Spider-Man or something like that. But I like those bats in the back. I would like to have that in a Batman display. That's all I would scavenge from here.
Oh man, well you crushed that one. You crushed that one for sure. So what does everyone else think of this one? I'm not really sold on this, but I never have been, even before these blogger photos. What do you guys think?
I really liked the trailer for this movie, like, a lot, and I was excited for it, and most people weren't, and I was so disappointed with the actual release. So, like, I liked Morbius himself, and I liked the effects and the way he did everything, the way he moved, and all that I liked, but I hated the story of the movie. But I still think that the hot toy looks good. I don't like the hair that much, but I don't feel like, I don't know what they could have done to make it better, other than, like, now they're doing more detail in, like, the individual strands. So I feel like if they redid it now, it would have more detail in it. But other than that, and his small feet that Joao pointed out to me right now, nothing bugs me. I actually thought it was
The
a
small
cool
feet is
figure.
wild. I would have never ever
Yeah.
noticed that.
Yeah, I thought it was cool, man. For a while I was tempted to get it and maybe put him with Blade or something, but I think I'm gonna pass on it.
Okay, Eddie, quick question. Better or worse than that Dark Knight blue and gray?
Way worse. I love that blue and gray Dark Knight. That thing is on Toys Buying Agent for a good price, and I'm always looking at it like, I'm gonna get it.
Oh man,
So-
I'll buy it from you for $100 once you tap out from it. But what do the rest of you guys think about this Morbius?
Did they reuse the bats for that figure, for this figure? Like, are these
think
bats the
so.
exact same thing for Batman and this figure?
I cannot confirm, but it sure looks like
crazy.
it,
It
right?
looks like it, yeah.
Looks like, yeah, looks like.
They are the same.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. So are you considering this one at all? Obviously, this is way outside of your focus.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
No, I have no interest in this figure. I haven't even seen the movie, to be honest. I do need to watch it, but I also have a big backlog of movies I need to watch. I got kids, man. That's my excuse for everything. Got kids. Don't got time to watch a lot of stuff. But yeah, I have no stake in this figure at all. Not something, that I have any interest in picking up. Yeah, I kind of agree with some of the points about the hands. Yeah, the hands are massive. Also, some of these pictures are really weird. Like it looks like they took just some portrait photos of him, and he just has this screaming face. The hand looks real. This is a really bad photo for the hand. I don't know why did they do this for the photo? You got literally exposed joint in the hands at a really awkward angle, and it looks really disproportionate. Just really.
This is horrible.
This is a really bad photo. And then if you keep going, there's probably one of just a random portrait photo of him just stand like this. This is like a school photo, like a school prank photo. It's what is this like? It's like school photo, you're going to take your class picture and you do something goofy. That's what this. I was looking through these pictures for the figure and I was like, why is this one of their photos for this? This
Peter Parker's classmate over here. Hello, fellow kids.
This is such a weird photo to include. But yeah, I don't really have any interest in it. Some people are saying this is an amazing figure, though. More power to them if they're interested in it and want to get it. But yeah, not for me. I do need to see the movie. I definitely would need to see the movie first to even decide. But yeah, this is honestly, the pictures just cracked me up more than anything when I was looking through them. A good laugh.
I don't watch this movie.
Yeah,
normally,
you're not the first person to say that.
Yeah, normally I'd say check it out. No, this movie sucked.
It was crazy. I heard Eddie. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Wow, Mark.
Yeah, I was just saying the fact that Eddie is saying don't watch it. It's terrible. It cannot be redeemed. Makes me think I shouldn't watch it either.
So I remember at the end of last year when people were talking about speculating about what the stuff coming out. People were saying this might be one of the best figures when it releases in 2024, and I'm just like. That's not. No way, dude.
Yeah, the thing about that though is, no.
Yeah, but
Jeez, who was saying that?
Yeah. No, I can't name names, man. But
come on.
I'm not that
things
spicy.
Are subjective,
I'm not that
but
spicy on live streams.
The amount of quality that we're getting from whoever else, this is whether you like the movie or not, or whether this is your favorite character or not, this is not a contender for figure of anything.
Yeah, figure of anything.
It's not it's.
But Sneaker's right though. I saw a lot of folks being like, "Oh, this looks so terrific" when it first was announced.
Yeah, people were like, "This is going to be a really sick figure, regardless of what you think of the movie. It's going to be a really cool figure to have." There were people talking about that. But yeah, for me, no, not.
Which is
not
fine.
happening.
If this speaks to you, then more power too. I like things that not everyone loves, like Echo perhaps, but
and this has a market. This is another thing is these types of figures that have kind of this horror vibe to them. There's a market for figures like this in people's collections, and they like this type of stuff. So more power to you if it's something that you like and you're going to pick up.
It wouldn't look out of place next to the Dead Strange and the zombie Deadpool and the Illusion Iron Man and all that. I get that, but generally people say you shouldn't judge the book by the cover. Okay, fair enough. There's a picture and then there's a massive book. But then I think watching a movie trailer, there's so much more you get out of a movie trailer. Judging a movie and going, I'm not going to go see that based on the trailer. The trailer's designed to get you go to the cinema and pay the money, obviously. But the trailer gives you so much more information or data, as Marco would say.
Data.
Data, yeah. But I think most of us are pretty good at going, yeah, that trailer is awful, or that trailer is good or whatever, and kind of, I don't think I've ever. It's kind of like the in-hand argument with Hot Toys. I've never bought a figure that I've seen multiple different blogger photos of and Instagram photos of and reviews, and it being really, really, really good in all of them and being an absolute nut when I get it in hand. That's never happened, and vice versa has never happened. I don't really think the same has happened with trailers either. Typically, you can. I don't know. I'm a fairly good judge of it. If I don't know if a movie's good, but a trailer. I know I haven't seen the movie, so I can't say if it's good or not. But the trailer did nothing to make me go see the movie, and this figure is
the
doing
most
nothing
generic
to make me.
90s.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And this figure is not doing anything to go, God, maybe I will check out that movie. Maybe that's pretty cool looking. And it's just. Yeah, it'd be boring world if you all like the same things, but if you like it, cool.
Yeah, I just have to say I'm there with you guys where I don't know, this one feels like a kind of a community darling in a way. Like I saw a lot more positivity than I recall seeing negativity, and maybe that's because I just immediately saw it and like, no, this is just not for me, even before seeing the film or anything like that. So yeah, this is one that it's intriguing to hear people that are very excited for this when I couldn't be anything further from excited for this. But yeah, another one that we're marked safe from, that we don't have to give Hot Toys our money for. Sounds like everyone on the panel here. So
also, I know this doesn't matter too much, but didn't this figure go weightless on Sideshow?
that sounds right.
I think it did. I'm gonna look. You can look too, but
I think it did.
I think it did too. Which is interesting because Dead Strange is still up for pre-order. You know what I mean? So I mean, who knows what the batches are and stuff like that for the figure, but it's interesting. That means people want it.
Yeah, this could either go for like $25 later or like $500. So
yeah, it's always interesting to see like what's going to happen with this figure down the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can confirm that it is waitlisted, and it looks like it's $265 now, so that was $260 before, which I guess the value proposition, not terrible. It comes with a few accessories. It's not the worst, but it is in fact not the best as well. So all right, let's move on from this unless anyone else has any spicy takes. And Eddie, you're going to be next up to pick our categories. So the categories are, let's see. All right, there's
Marco,
that word again.
Sorry to interrupt you, man, but I just love the way he said, okay, we're going to move on unless anyone has any spicy takes. We don't want level-headed, logical, nice. We want some spicy
Not
takes.
on this show. If it's not some ridiculous shit that you're saying, then just don't say it. You know, this is supposed to be the first take of
So make me laugh.
1/6.
Cough.
Oh man. All right, so if you gotta go with a smile, or there's that word again. Eddie, your pick.
I'll go with there's that word again. See
All
if I
right.
get what Joao wants.
There we go. This is what Joao wants. You should sell your DeLorean Part 1 or Part 2 and definitely get this Mark III DeLorean. Now, this Joao is calling a lot of folks fake collectors for not wanting this DeLorean. At first take, I was like, you know what? I've got my DeLorean. I'm good. There's no need to go into this. But Eddie, tell us why. Tell us why you should sell any other version you've got of the DeLorean and go get this one. This is the one to have.
Well, you could definitely sell the first one, right? Because this one comes with the wheels. They might be different wheels. I don't know. I'm not that much into knowledge of Back to the Future, but it has the wheels. So you could sell your first one. I don't think I'd sell the second one though, because I like the flying mode personally, but I still think it's dope as hell.
That's not the game. That's not the game.
I'm to hell with your game. I'm not gonna look. It's cool, dude. It's really fucking cool. So, and if you want the newest release of everything that's like got better paint apps, better detail, better everything, then sell both your originals and go with this one, because they're gonna do a 2.0 of your original anyway. So, but it's really cool. I can't believe they did this. I'm shocked as hell that they did this. I think Denobi's gonna be shocked as hell that they did this. I saw he was streaming and I was like, oh, I bet you he's going crazy right now, because he did like a custom one, and I remember watching that stream like a long time ago. But this is sick, dude. It looks really cool. There's just so much more going on with the rail car version of it. Like, there's so much stuff, you know. It looks dope as hell. So I like it.
Yeah, it does have some really cool accessories. Okay. So Joao, I'm going to give you the floor because you're very passionate about this one. What about this spoke to you that you didn't get in the Part 2 version? I thought that was kind of that's the grail, you know, the flying car version. I thought that was it, but why is this one a pickup for you?
First, because I have the figures. I have both Marty and Doc, and it makes total sense to have this DeLorean. What you said is true. For a normal collection, I think having the Mark II DeLorean it's more than enough, and it's the DeLorean that most people remember is the flying DeLorean with the over conversion and everything. That I can give to you, but I think this one, it's not just it's not just like another DeLorean. This one has so much into it. It's basically a completely reshaped car, because and you got the two sets of wheels. It's different. It's really different, and I think that this uniqueness, I think it was worth for Hot Toys to announce this, and I think this looks beautiful. For me, this car is not the ultimate car. I think if you want the to have a DeLorean to represent your collection, the Mark II will serve perfectly, or either the Mark One if you can find one at a reasonable price. But and this one is even cheaper than the Mark II on Sideshow. Is $25 cheaper, this one. And
so it's coming in at $805, which is we were all worried about the $5 increase, but the fact that prices are going backwards for this one is kind of wild.
Yeah, it is, especially when you consider, I mean, when they did that with the second DeLorean, because the wheels need to convert, they need to add those set of lights on the back, on the down, because I guess the chassis of this DeLorean, like the Nobby was saying today, probably will be completely different than the other one, will not be the same. I think it's unique. It's a beautiful car, and if you already have one DeLorean, you already know how intricate the car is and beautiful, the details and everything.
It's probably one of my favorite things I've ever unboxed. Honestly, it's an incredible piece.
And not only that, but I still think that the DeLorean, in the whole range of 1/6 scale vehicles, is the more friendly for collectors, because it's not ultra huge, it's not a huge car, and it's very very friendly for a you don't need to have a huge case for a DeLorean, because it fits almost everywhere. I think the DeLorean is really collector friendly in comparing with all the other 1/6 scale vehicles. I don't know if you remember one photo I shared once, that I placed a DeLorean in the top of the Ecto one, and the DeLorean, the Ecto one is almost two DeLoreans combined.
I thought you had it in the back. I thought you had put it in the trunk.
But I don't know. I made some stupid thing with that, and I'm picking this up. I pre-ordered already this afternoon, and at least with this one, I don't need to worry about the figures. The figures are waiting for the car. While with the Mark II, I don't have the figures for the Back to the Future 2. I have the figures for the Back to the Future 1, and it's all messed up. I don't know. I hope so.
It feels like they'd be leaving money on the table.
It makes sense at this moment for Hot Toys to do a 2.0 of those Marty and Doc. It makes total sense. But this came out of nowhere. No one was ever expecting Hot Toys to announce this now. They hint them when they released the Doc and Marty, because they were sitting in this DeLorean, but we never thought they would really going to do it. I think in this case, Hot Toys is trying to make a point, like to saying we're still doing vehicles, and it's interesting why every time Hot Toys does this thing with vehicles is always in the same time that Jazz Inc has something going on, either a pre-order, either something, and
something suspicious.
Just seems they always choose the right moment for it. No, but it's beautiful. I can imagine this with using these wheels, the railroad wheels, and then some third party will make the railroad for sure, because the cheapest thing to do. Some third party will do that, and then you just have your DeLorean there with Marty and Doc sit on the top, and I think it will look really good.
It's a cool display. It's a cool display for sure. So CIS scale collectors asking, need to know if they'd change the power switch on this one. No smart plug, no thanks.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that would be, if they would have put that on the solicitation.
I said that on Collectors Unite. When I open my DeLorean, this one, If I open the stuff and I see a plague, I will go get the hammer and I will break that plague live on Collectors Unite. I will take a hammer and I will break that live on Collectors Unite. I will not use the lights like that. The plague will be broken.
Maybe it's time to perform a special ritual so that you don't have to do that.
With the black chicken, I don't know. No, they learned with that one. They know they did a stupid thing with that one. They I think they know. It's the worst thing in the world is that every time you want to have lights in the car, you need to open the trunk, you need to go there, click on the button, close again. That's why I don't have mine even with the lights open, because the work that it takes to go there to open to turn on the lights and then turn off when I want. I know.
I'm gonna be so mad if they updated it to keep the lights on. I mean, it'll be good for folks that are getting it, but it was just such a fumble for them not to include that on the
There's
Mark II.
actually on YouTube. There's actually on YouTube a tutorial. A guy that did kind of a switch, a manual switch that you can use for the DeLorean, the one that you have to. But no, I'm not going. The car then looks horrible because you see wires going from the front and sides. No, that removes all the magic from the DeLorean. That I don't want to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's such a beautiful piece. You don't want to tamper with it too much. So Shane, I know we're going to get into a vehicle that you may be getting, but any consideration with this one?
No. I know, like, the Back to the Future trilogy, they're classics, like, and I do enjoy the movies, but it's kind of like Lord of the Rings. I know that they're well-made movies, and I really enjoy them, and they're just, they always hit the spot, but I just don't have that same connection as I would with, say, something like Terminator, Aliens, RoboCop, Dark Knight original trilogy, or whatever, But no, if I had to pick one of them, it would be that. Joao was right. If I had to pick one of them, as in if I wanted just that piece of like vehicle cinema history, I would go for the Mark II, because at least you have the option then to have it in regular mode or hover converted. And although I do think the kind of white wall tires on this are pretty damn awesome. I think I'd go for the Mark II if I had to pick one. So I think it's cool. Look, it just So, like, what's different about this? Obviously, you've got these tires, you've got the kind of train track tires, there's the thing on the bonnet, there's some wires and stuff on the interior, I think. What am I missing? What else is there anything else that's different?
The car is way higher than the normal one.
It's higher, okay.
Oh, it's higher, really?
And why is it higher? Is that because the wheels, or...?
Yeah, because to assemble the railroad wheels, they have to higher the front of the car. You need to watch the movie to understand.
I've watched them all.
Oh man, it's not what we wanted to do. Sorry, y'all. You need to watch the movie to understand. That's hilarious.
I've seen it.
Okay, so but it sits a little bit higher. That's interesting.
I know, but I also don't remember clearly. Someone in the chat for sure will explain.
I can see it there now. You can see it there. It definitely looks higher. Those tires do look good though. So I presume like these aren't gonna. You can't hover convert this one, I presume.
No, this one.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, so talking through if there would be any reality where I'd add another DeLorean if they actually let you keep the lights on.
If it comes with a Joker, you'd buy it.
That's true. But I did tap out on the J&D, so I've got a limit somewhere. I found the limit.
Good. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I'm proud of myself too. I'm not proud of Ben Thomas though, because he's part of the problem. But that's right. But Sneaker, obviously this one's outside of what you normally collect. But you considering this at all, given the lower price point?
No, I'm trying to stay away from vehicles, to be honest. Like, really, the only vehicles I have are like the biggest thing that I have, probably the Bark Speeders, or like the biggest thing I have close to the vehicle. The only vehicle that I will get is if Hot Toys does a 22 Batmobile. That's kind of the one that I'm waiting for. I know we're going to probably talk about Jazz Inc, but the Jazz Inc one is kind of, it's tempting, but it's just really, the cost is something for me that's really tough. But yeah, I don't really have any stock in this either. Not something that I would pick up. But what I'm saying is, like, how can you make multiples of these, but you haven't done a 22 Batmobile yet? Like, just come on, you gotta do like to make multiple of this like this type of vehicle, and then to like skip out on something like that for is somewhat annoying to me. But hopefully, and like kind of what Bretta said of like they're like announcing this stuff when Jazz Inc is doing something or they have something up for pre-order. Like this would, I feel like, be a good time for them to do like a show, reveal 22 Batmobile. You know what I mean? Because it would be a good time for that. But I don't know. Who knows if we'll get it? I know they've teased it, but that's kind of the one that I'm waiting for on the vehicle front. This is tough because vehicles are expensive. They take up a lot of space. If you're going to have more than one, more power to you. If you actually have the space to do it, that's awesome. I would love to be able to buy multiple vehicles from a space perspective. And I have another case order already. Like I have cases coming in soon again already. So
you got to plan.
Got to prioritize and plan what I'm going to do. But yeah, as of right now, not something that I would pick up. But really cool for people who've been wanting this. And if you have the figures that you want to pair with it, great. But yeah, for me, not for me.
Yeah. So, in just kind of the concerning thing with Hot Toys, like you said, we would love to see that 22 Batmobile, but they're only going backwards, right? They're only doing a reissue of the 89 Batmobile. They're only adding some bells and whistles to the existing DeLorean. You know, they're reissuing the Tumbler. So come on, give us something new if you're really committed to vehicles. But yeah, so I can't say that I've completely ruled out getting this. Maybe there's some room in the collection. We'll find out.
Like I said, I'm good with calculation.
We'll find a way perhaps, but yeah, let's see if the lights could stay on this one. I wish they'd tell us up front, but the fact that they're not, a bit disappointing. So, Sneaker, you get the final category here. If you gotta go with a smile, and that is Jazz Inc.'s 89 Batmobile deserves a spot in your collection, regardless of the price. So tell us why, even though this is a really high-priced item, it still deserves a spot in your collection.
Yeah, so the rules of the game is I'm supposed to argue for this point.
This is the point you got to argue for.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so if you want the most definitive, accurate version of a 1/6 scale vehicle, this is the way to get it. You're not going to get something that has more R&D put into it, more care and hours put into developing it versus other companies. This thing obviously has all the bells and whistles that you could ask for, the most accurate to scale. Like I said, just the level of, you're just not going to find something that has this level of care going into it in 6 scale for a vehicle. So if you want the definitive version of a vehicle that you love, this would be the one to 100% get. And it deserves a spot in your collection because you're not going to get something, I feel like, that has more put into it than this one. It's the hard part is the regardless of price. But if you're hardcore about it and this is the vehicle that you want and you want the absolute best version, I feel like it shouldn't really matter at that point. And 6 scales, you're going to cap out at some point on a price, but if regardless of that, if you really love this and you want the absolute best, yeah, this would be the one to get.
Really well said. Really well said. You played this game like you've done it before. So thanks for that. All right, so Shane, I'm going to kick it over to you. Let's not bury the lead. Why is this one coming home? What about this spoke to you? Because you're not a vehicle collector. You're not a big piece collector, but what made you pull the trigger on this?
Look, on the strength of the movie, I've said multiple different times and multiple different conversations and videos that my collecting is rooted in my love of movies, my love of film, and not in like animation or anime or games or comic books. It is rooted in my love of movies. And the 1989 Batman was the first movie as a kid that I remember really loving and kind of going like, I think I'm going to like this when like I'm older. And I still do, like I love it, like, you know. So it's you can, it's not just like the nostalgia thing. Yeah, the nostalgia thing, it gets you in the fields because it reminds you of your kid and all that. But it looks slick. We mentioned the DeLorean earlier on about being iconic movie vehicles, and I suppose everyone else will have their own which one speaks to them the most. But when I think of iconic movie vehicles, this is the most iconic movie vehicle in my opinion. That's the one that really, really speaks to me. Made a video on the Batmobile for Hot Toys. I suppose you can't really call it a 2.0. It looks like it's going to be a reissue at the time, and I hadn't ordered at the time. And in the video back in February, I said, look, there's two versions. You got the Jazz Inc, which is 1,500. You got the Hot Toys one, which is, half the price. And I ruled out the Jazz Inc at the time because I simply didn't have the space and for the price as well. But then I saw these photos, and I gotta say, these photos, it just looks absolutely stunning. And then I started thinking, and I said,
I'm gonna
right,
pull the
okay,
photos back up in a second, but this
Yeah.
app is bugging out here. So
yeah, no problem. So like the photos for me were such, they just, again, it's the final prototype. It's still a prototype, but it's a final prototype. They look absolutely stunning. I did say in that video as well, it actually aged quite well, that I knew Jazz Inc was going to be more accurate. I recognized at the time, and that if I was going to opt for the Hot Toys one, I would make my piece that it's 100 centimeters and it's a bit underscaled. I don't know why they underscaled it. I assume it's going to be the same as the original one. And I'd made my peace with that because of the price and stuff like that. But then when I looked at these photos, I said, right, okay, is this a viable option? And I went onto the Jazz Inc site. I took a good look at the photos. I took a look at everything it comes with. I looked at the price. I got onto Jazz Inc and said, what's shipping to Ireland? Blah, blah. Is there any other VAT and tax and stuff like that? Then I looked at the payment plan and I was like, okay, I'm a patient person. The 12-month patient or 12-month payment option, yeah, I'll be looking at other people getting the vehicle for me. I'm okay with that because mine will probably be like a third batch or something like that, and I prefer to get a later batch.
I was gonna say you kind of want with Jazz Inc.
Yeah, I want a later batch, and I'll be patient with this. And what's this? Basically, I think it's about €130 a month. A lot of people have phone bills which are that or more, So when I saw the payment plan, I was like, right, that makes it. You look, at the end of the day, you're still paying the money, but it's a lot easier to chip away with something like that than just shell out $2,000 straight away. So it took the kind of, I'm not getting this because of the price out of it reasoning away. Made it more manageable. The second thing then is, the more I thought about it, I was like, okay, you just said it, Marco. You said you're not a big piece collector. Like, this is the vehicle. And if getting the vehicle and I'm putting my funds into this, and I pass on a lot of things that I like. I pass on a lot of things that look amazing. That Aragorn from InArt is probably one of the best prototypes I've ever seen, but because as much as I love, I wouldn't say I love Lord of the Rings, I really, really like the movies, and I recognize they're well-made movies and really enjoy them. I am not like the Lord of the Rings guy, so I feel a bit like I was buying it just to keep up with the Joneses, you know what I mean? So, but this is something that speaks to me. This is important to me, and I think they're both going to be great. But I said, I'm just going to go with this one. So I'm going to contact who I bought. Didn't buy it. I pre-ordered the Hot Toys version off the retailer I usually go with. So to contact them and kind of go, right, like, can I move my NRD onto something else? Like, I don't want them losing out. I don't want them losing out in that. So I still want to, give them the business and make sure they don't lose out. And if I lose my NRD, well, that's on me. That's, I don't think I will though, because they're very reasonable. But like, you got to man up as well. Like, so, conclusion thing as well. The second thing was the space issue. And I spoke briefly to you at the start of the show. Obviously, I've rehauled my collection. And I just,
great, by the way. So Bleladin's, right?
I appreciate that.
Really
Who knows? Bleladin, Beludin. Who knows? It's the bees. But I was looking at the riser, and as much as it turned out well in the end, this looks nice and there's a bit of storage there, I'm like, that is a waste of potential display space. So I got onto this man, Brian Wong, and I explained what I needed, and we're going back and forth and seeing if we can, if he can help me out. Like, and he's been very helpful when I've been showing him, explaining to him what I want and stuff like that and what I need, and we're going back and forth. So hopefully we can get that sorted, because I think it will be kill two birds with one stone. Act as a riser, act as more display space, and I can potentially get this in one and maybe the tumbler in the other, Marco. Yeah.
Okay, now we're cooking. All right, I love to hear.
So look,
this.
I put the deposit down on this and selected the year payment option. So it'll be slow, patient year, but So I went on and got on the weeds. I just want to provide all the little details and stuff.
Worth the sacrifice. No, thanks for giving us that background, and shout out to Brian Wong, ModuSpace. Obviously, glad to hear you've already contacted to figure out what you need. I was watching you on Jetta Patrol's stream yesterday where you said, this, you can't really get this and then not put it under the proper lighting or in the proper display case. So this is definitely one you'd want to have a plan for.
Yeah,
if you're
your
spending all that
figures.
money.
These figures are so beautiful; they need to be properly lit, and a car like this, you can't just throw this on the table, So, no, I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully, it turns out as amazing as this looks, and the display turns out amazing as well. So, a few ideas. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You've gone deep down this one.
Damn. Make me want the 22 Batmobile. When you saw everything you just justified, I'm like, man, that makes me want like the 22 Batmobile is like, that's kind of how I feel about that one. That's
and I do think this is an important lesson there. Like, I mean, again, I don't give advice on my channel. It's very selfish. Like, this is what I'm doing. If this makes sense to you and it helps you, great. But I would love to have a DeLorean. I would love to have that InArt Gandalf and Aragorn. But I need to pass on things like that and not get down the slippery slope of buying things which don't mean as much to me, because then I miss out on things like this. The dry powder, all those little passing, or what do you call them, tap dances, whatever you want, that's the dry powder. No, I don't need that. I'm putting this to the side, and eventually you can kind of go, right, I can do this. Your InArt rooted 2-packs.
There you go. That's really well said, though. Like, you've allowed yourself some capacity to really, get something that you really love, even if it's a bit higher price than you normally would go for. Yeah, it's just a smart move. And so we got someone who is a Jazz Inc collector in here. We've got Calvin, the low-key collector. Calvin, how you doing?
Gentlemen, good morning. How you guys doing?
Good morning. Doing fantastic. Morning. Yeah, so is this one coming home, Calvin?
I think I ordered that in the first 2 minutes of it going on. So yeah, definitely. I've been with Jazz since before he was officially licensed. And he always said if there was a piece he could do in the future, this would be it, that he would love to be able to do this one. And more than anything else, I love that man is he's a collector first and a businessman second. So he knows exactly how we feel when it comes to pieces like this. So I know there was always, whispers that Hot Toys may release it or not, but he clearly did it first. And I was like, I'm jumping on it when I have the opportunity. So it's coming home.
Got it. And, I think, Shane, you were kind of going over the differences between this and the Hot Toys version. I think the paint job, obviously, and the die-cast pieces are just kind of the obvious thing. Go ahead.
The obvious thing, and sorry, this will bother the Americans. The Batmobile, the actual Batmobile they used, was 660 centimeters, right? Now, so if you divide that by 6, the Jazz Inc one is 110. That's where the scale comes from. So the main thing is it is going to be properly scaled.
And this is the Hot Toys one right here.
Yeah, and the Hot Toys one's going to look great too as well. And I people who like Joao, or I know Pete from OFAC had it, and people. It's cool. It's an 89. Yeah, it's a bit smaller, but I think the paint job on the Jazz Inc, it has an iridescent. I think it's iridescent paint or something. It's like special kind of like paint they use.
It's an automobile paint that they're using. So
yeah. And it's just, I just think it looks great in the die-cast pieces and stuff.
It does look next level, though. The Jazz Inc version does look next level.
It really
much more sleek.
Yeah, they did a good job of these photos, for sure. The photos are really, really well done.
And it's Anthony 6-scale posing. Is that his channel, Joao?
Anthony 6-scale posers, yeah. You went yesterday to pose the Batman, the Joker. You went to Jazz Inc and did this photo shooting there.
I'm holding him partially responsible. I'm not. I'm not even angry with him. Like I embrace him.
As you should.
Yeah,
as you should.
This picture is really cool with Batman like Joker.
No, Anthony is. I don't know if you remember, Marco. He was in a Pose Wars in Collecting Weekly.
I don't recall him on Pose Wars. I remember I've seen him on.
He did one pose. He did one pose with a Pennywise on the throne. That thing.
He does the rundown with
amazing.
Iron Logan.
Exactly. He really has the skill to pose the figures. The way
incredible.
He did a video on how he posed the Loki on the President Loki on a chair. The way he sits the figure, it's like a human. He really can pose the figures in a so natural way that is incredible. And these photos are amazing. The Joker with the Batman, this thing, what he did here was really cool. And he actually told me that because he sit the Batman inside, and he said sits perfectly. There's a lot of room for you to have the Batman inside, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the DX09 inside the Batmobile. I'm not going to use the new Batman in the Batmobile. My DX09, the old one, is the one that goes inside. No, that's the figure that will stay there, and with the ages the figure already has, I don't care too much.
I actually think I'm going to put my DX19 in this.
Oh shit! I'm about to say you about to start something.
You should not be allowed even to buy these.
It's like Bretta's about to have an aneurysm.
If you have the DX19, if you have the DX19,
no, I'm Team Bretta on that. That is not happening.
Oh, yeah, that I even say that's kind of gross, but worth a shot. Just try it out in there. But
Shane just set off a bomb in China.
This one will have the smoke.
Marco's now demonetized.
Too. It's cool.
It'll have the smoke effect. Is that what you're saying, Joao?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Shane. When I put my pre-order, I think it's third batch. That is maybe September this year, September to November or something like that. But I'm okay. I'm okay on waiting. I don't want to get the first batch, to be honest. I'm okay on waiting for the third batch, and I can plan the shipping, because the estimate shipping from Jazz Inc to here is around $300. So
that's tough.
I can estimate. How is it for you, Shane? For you must be way cheaper, right? Because
not really. No. It's $200 approximately.
Okay.
One advantage is because it's shipping from the Netherlands. I'll have to pay VAT, so it will be more expensive than $1,500, and then $200 shipping. But I won't have to pay import charges because it's inside the EU, because that would add on another 30% and make it,
Wow.
No, non-runner.
Damn, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But that this is where Hot Toys know how to screw us, and how to screw the ear of everyone. You have this Batmobile, and then now they put the DeLorean, and it's just strangle us from everywhere. If you see this year for big pieces, is the Batmobile 89, is the DeLorean. Then if you pre-order the Dewback from Star Wars,
the Dewback, I'm forgetting about that.
Don't forget about that one.
Brian Wong is going to be even busier with all.
This is why I bought more cases, because of what's happening.
At this moment, and I've been. Brian already talked with me. I talked with him because now I have no option, because I will need to change all this garage shelf. Everything needs to go down, because I don't have space for the 2 extra vehicles that are coming.
Yeah.
Because now there will be 2 more.
Buy a bigger house, just easy.
And it'll be the last. I don't want more vehicles. It's done.
You say that now, but I'm sure that there could be some more that could be released to tickle your fancy. Also, you'd have to count no. Jabba on his palace throne as a vehicle.
Fuck Jabba! Right? I don't want Jabba for anything.
You don't want Jabba? Are you kidding me?
No, I don't want any Jabba. That thing makes me puke. I don't know. Now you are talking about Jabba, and if the N1 comes, you also want the N1, and then
the N1 as well. Yeah, there you go. And the pod racing, they're gonna have some.
No, it's like, for me, was always about these 4 vehicles. Was always about the DeLorean, the Ecto 1, the 89. These 3. And I always wanted was a Jurassic Park. The
Jeep. That'd be dope.
I always wanted a Jurassic Park, and Jazz Inc already maybe not, but I know probably, and Kit is probably doing Kit from the night. Yes.
the Detroit OCP RoboCop.
Oh shit!
Oh, you see.
When I messaged Yoast about this, I asked him.
I'd buy that for $1.
Buy that for
I'm sorry,
$2.
I had to.
Right on time.
Yeah.
When you messaged Yoast, you were saying.
When I messaged Yoast, and I kind of said, "Look, how much would shipping to Ireland be?" I'm trying to work out if like this is doable or not. And one of the things I put in is like, "P.S. I refresh your site looking for that OCP Detroit RoboCop car." That'd be cool.
That would go crazy, honestly.
This Batmobile will I think will open a lot of doors for Jason, because I think he already said that this one is the amount of pre-orders he's getting is way more than probably expected, because everyone is getting this Batmobile, and
it's so much more reasonable than the Batwing, right?
No, but the Batwing is a museum piece, is a masterpiece, but
it is.
The size is, and especially also with Adam Savage being reviewing his vehicles. Adam Savage just yesterday reviewed the 2022, the Batmobile. He's getting a lot of exposure, and it's good for the brand, and he can reach to much more other licenses. He can do a lot of stuff. It's incredible how much the company has grown from doing some small dioramas and everything to going into vehicles. Because if you really imagine the R&D to do a vehicle like this, it's insane. It's insane for a company to do this, and basically showing Hot Toys how it's done, right? I don't believe Hot Toys will do anything to the vehicle, to the 89. I think probably they change the paint, because that's the basic. They are not going to change the mold. They are not going to change the size. It will be the same one as I already have, for sure.
You think this will push them maybe to make some slight improvements, like the paint, like you're saying?
It's too late.
The paint for sure. They will upgrade the paint, do a better paint job, but the size, they will not do a mold a longer Batmobile or something like that. They will not do that. It will be the same size. It's 1 meter. Is the size that the one I have. And to be honest, for most collectors, I think it's amazing that the Hot Toys one. It's amazing. It's an amazing car. But this one is better. The Jazz Inc is better. Is the more scaled, the more detailed. And Anthony,
it's divisive though. This kind of reminds me kind of like the InArt when Joker came out, and and the Artisan Joker. You make a video on it, and no matter how fair you are, the comments are people speaking absolutes. I noticed in the comments on the video I made last night, when I was deciding if I was going to get this, there were a lot of people like in the comments saying, speaking in absolutes, going, "This is better," end of story. And like I know you can't. There's no denying that this is properly scaled. If you 660 centimeters divided by 6, you can't argue with that. That is a fact. But you could probably, there's a bit of leeway to argue which one would be better. I do think this one will be better. But it's very, people are speaking in absolutes in the comment sections, like saying, it does really rile people up because it's such a iconic vehicle.
Can I say that was one of your best vehicles, Shane? I mean, videos, to see the wheels turning and to see you talk yourself through the process of going from one end to the other. I thought that was pretty genuine. So that was
all right, yeah. I couldn't even hide it. It was just like, damn. Yeah.
So Calvin, no, that's an incredible video.
Thanks, Calvin.
For sure, Shane. So Calvin, you don't think that maybe the Hot Toys being a bit smaller is not like a selling point? Like some people like a smaller one, it's just more compact. It could fit
let's be honest. We all know funds and space are the main two things with this hobby that are what we all have to be considerate of. So obviously, if it fits within your pocket and your budget or your spacing, go with the Hot Toys. I obviously don't want anybody going out there to break themselves, to break the bank, to do something that's clearly twice as much. But if you have the space and the funds to do so, then have at it. Me personally, like I said, I think from the jump, I always said if he did it, I'm going to do it. When I started collecting, I never thought I would even have the chance to get an 89 in my collection. You've seen it. I've got the Lego, which I know Brick's my man and he's the Lego man. That's the only Lego piece I have in my collection because I never thought I would get an 89. So now to be able to get the actual one, right, now it's going to be back in the closet where it originally started. So, but no, I'm head over heels for this one. Talking about your vehicles, I never thought that a Batwing would be a chance. I just paid that off last week. And then lo and behold, 2 days ago, what did I get? 22 conversions. So I'm like, damn. All right, well, let's go.
Oh, so you're getting 22 as well. All right. I didn't know that you had come full circle.
Did you get the clean or the weathered?
The clean. I put myself on wait list for both because I made the mistake of watching the movie again like a week or two ago and watched that scene. Yeah. And I was like, shit. We already watched it with Mario, and it already tipped me off then to see it again. And then I watched it again at home when it hit Netflix. And I was just flipping through. I was like, okay, let me put this on. I'm not doing anything. And that scene hit again. I was like, wait list. Let me just see what happens. And they hit me and Dan, 6-scale reviews. He hit us at the same time on that day. So we both looked at each other like, because we had dinner that night together. We were like, damn. Strap your boots up. Let's go. It's time to go. So,
wow.
Does do waitlists for Jazz Inc? Is it like what's the process? Is it only if somebody cancels? Is that the only way you get a conversion?
I believe that's the way it goes. I believe that's it. So,
I'm considering the 22 Batmobile, but
once the little worm is in there, Inception.
Another thing too is I've said a few times that's probably like my favorite Batman movie. Actually, I'm really high on the movie, love it. And I'm kind of going like all in for that character too. Like the Hot Toys one, getting the rooted InArt one, have the Bat Cycle. So I'm going like kind of all in on that movie. I'm going to do like just one single Batman case, but. Yeah, it'd be nice to have one, but we'll see, man. It's tough. It's tough, and we don't know. Like it's also would be different if Hot Toys had one already announced and it was available. Like I don't know how I would feel, but we'll see.
And see, I don't even have a figure yet for the Batman. I told myself 66 and 22 were off the books. I wasn't going to go down that rabbit hole on either one of those, and because I have 95 coming as well. So I was like, yeah, let me leave these alone. I'm not going to worry about those. So now I'm having to worry about hunting for the actual Batman figure. Do I go Hot Toys or do I jump down that rabbit hole and go with an InArt? So now that's where I'm at.
Yeah, you guys are. I should just tune all of you out because this is scary talk right
tough,
now.
Man.
There's one point as well on the obviously like the pre-orders for this closed today, and one point about the payment plans. When you go in, you select either pay in full or payment plan. Then the payment plan, you can select the number of months, and obviously that determines your monthly repayments. But there's a little button you can click, and it can be like automatically take out my money on a certain date or whatever, or you can leave that unticked, and then you can manually do it. So if you have something to pay for on the 25th or something like that, you're not getting paid till the 27th or something like that, you can go, okay, I'm just going to pay this in my own time, the 27th, and I think that was a nice little option as opposed to being 25th or the same date, So I think that was
also,
a nice
with
option.
that being said, you can always pay more to your balance as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that set amount. So if you have more at that time, you can pay it off early. They have no problem with that. So
yeah, this is an excellent way to market your products when you have the ability to stretch something out a year. Or you have the ability to do a manual payment. Like that's what I feel like for a lot of people, like, and for me too, I feel like everybody really, if you're in this game, is like, that's what gets the wheels turning. Where like, how can you justify it? Well, if you have the ability to pay off over a year, it's probably you're in a later batch. It's not coming for a while. You can justify it, right? You don't have to pay interest, right? I don't think Jazz has interest on their vehicles either, right?
No,
if you
the only thing
if you do
the
a
only
payment plan.
thing is the deposit that you put into the vehicle is $100 is non-refundable.
Gotcha. So $100 NRD,
you-
which
you-
isn't bad considering you're buying something that's this expensive, you know. But like to be able to stretch it out that long, like then you start to
Yeah, 12
rationalize
months,
why.
it's amazing.
Yeah, that's like not really too bad if you stretch it out that far, and you can kind of like Shane said, you have flexibility to make manual payments versus automatic payments. Like it's enticing, man. It's they kind of
better
set
for
you
your
up for
cash flow.
yeah, better for your cash flow, and really that's kind of what it's about when you buy something. Like you don't want to have to pay a lump sum necessarily, and then there's no interest. It's just like they're setting you up for success to make the purchase, which is I feel like a really dangerous game when you're buying this stuff. You know, it makes it easier for you to make the decision, but it's still like a big, you know, big hit on the wallet. So it's just
And the flip side of the argument
Just to
that you'll hear,
oh, go ahead.
the flip side of the argument you'll hear is that people would be like, you know, I don't like my money tied up in my company or another company for 12 months, which is a valid argument as well. So I suppose it comes down to which what you're going to do. You can put that you know what I mean? How do you do that? Like, how do you, I'm not
You
sure.
can put
Do
it
you
in
have
an
the
account and earn interest.
yeah,
and
you
such.
could do that, but I'm wondering. I'm not sure with Jazz Inc. Are you able to just put a deposit and then not do a payment plan?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Are you able to
Like,
do
can
that?
you do a deposit and then when it's ready to ship, can you pay it all?
I assume you can. I just
Yeah.
wasn't looking into
No,
it
you
because I
cannot.
like
they-
this
only
guy.
option
No?
They
The only
yeah, they
option is
no,
full
they
payment.
prefer you to pay on it.
or payment plan.
Yeah, payment plan.
And I don't mind that then because then I don't have to be. I know just I don't have the option to dip into that savings account to pay for something else. It's gone. It's gone towards the thing I want.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now, just to set a expectation for you, Steve, the 22 is a $300 deposit on that one.
Yeah, gotcha.
So if you jump on his items earlier, you usually get a better price range because he'll have it discounted versus when it's waitlisted, and then his deposits are lower as well. So that one at the moment is 300.
Does do you ever get charge import for like any customs fees when you get his stuff, Calvin?
No, the only time I got a import fee was on one of my Prime One statues, and that's because I did the expedited shipping, and they
gotcha,
hit me
okay.
with a import fee. Otherwise, the slow shipping, I've never had a problem with that one. So
Gotcha.
that was new. I was like, what the hell is this extra $100 for? But that was the case.
When is your 22 like projected to ship? Or I guess like when you like get a conversion, does it say like
I
does it
think
give
he
you a
gave
broad
me-
estimation?
So because it's in stock, he only gives you 6 months to pay that one off on the payments, and whatever 6 months. 'Cause I still haven't put my deposit down. I think I've got till Sunday to do so.
Gotcha.
So 6 months from whenever I put my deposit down.
Oh, gotcha,
So today
okay.
or tomorrow, I'll take care of that. But it's right. Like you know, the thing about him is he would prefer things to get out the warehouse. So in the email, they nicely put, you know, hey, if you can pay this off now, feel free. We can ship it out
Yeah,
tomorrow.
please do it.
You know, so yeah,
Yeah.
they're more than happy to get stuff out to you early if you're capable of doing so.
Gotcha.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
really
don't need
quickly,
to eat
I just
this
want to
week.
say, that's right.
Right.
That's what Top Ramen is for. Really quickly, if you're watching, if you wouldn't mind going ahead and hitting that like button, something algorithm. And then also, I just want to highlight Brandon Salad's comment here. I would absolutely love to have the 22 Batmobile, but I wouldn't be acting my wage, unfortunately. Brutal hobby. And Brandon, I have to say that I'm there
Keep
with
that
you.
in mind.
That's right. I'm there with you. Honestly, like I would love to have this, but you know, the 89 isn't necessarily my absolute, you know, grail Batman, but I do love this Batmobile. I grew up on this. And so I think the Hot Toys version is more than enough for me. Yes, it is becoming less appealing the more that I look at the Jazz Inc version, but I already know that it's
And
going to fit in my Magic Case
Let me just
6110.
tell you
Go ahead, Bretta.
that you still have 48 hours
Oh, to pre-order.
to
There
think.
we go.
Yes, you can. You
Do you
can
know
still
what you should
consider.
do?
Oh gosh.
You should
okay.
watch
Let's see.
Batman and Batman Returns right now.
Right.
If I watch Returns, I'm going to get it. That's the
What could
problem.
possibly
if
go
I
wrong?
watch it. But I guess my point is like I'm trying to draw a better line because I was really tempted by the J&D Joker as well, but even for the lower end one, I was like, I just can't do it. Like I can't justify
Marco's
it.
the elitist of the group. I thought I was the
Yeah.
first one.
I think like I think that's a good point too, Marco. We were saying like J&D is where you draw the line, and I think this is where a lot of collectors draw the line of like I just can't justify paying this much. I feel like that's a big, you know, obviously a big factor. Like J&D priced a lot of people out feel like that's where you're going to get people. I'm happy with Hot Toys. Can't justify spending that amount. And then you're going to get people obviously who are the other way, the hardcore.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And there's just so much.
JMD is coming now probably next week with Bruce Wayne, with Bale.
Okay, see, that'll be interesting. That one we'll keep an eye on for
scale.
sure. Yeah.
Is it a civilian?
What the prices look like. Yeah.
I think it's a civilian version.
All right. So they're not going to do a Batman and 2-pack, or do you know?
From the live stream they did, it apparently is a civilian version, but I may be wrong. Was in the live stream.
Shane, if you're not a super fan and don't already know exactly what they're going to announce, you shouldn't talk about them, is what I've heard. So, just
Okay.
yeah, just
Yeah, I think I could actually. Yeah, I think it's going to be. I'm going to say like out of my price range there, and it might be like, hey, you just said you put a deposit on a $2,000 car. Yeah, that's why it's out of my price range now. You know what I mean?
that was going to be my point, Shane. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's just the opportunity cost. But as much as a meme as it is, I'm waiting for the InArt version. I am very curious to see what they do with their Bale, and if they do a 2-pack like they did with the Batman and give us a Bale DX19 style suit with the tailored suit for Christian Bale, Bruce Wayne, I will get that civilian. That is the one I will make the.
As long as it's not the same sculpt as they did with the 1/3 scale, because I don't think that looks like Christian Bale.
You're talking about J&D or InArt?
J&D.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he looks old, man. He looks haggard.
That looks so.
I'd agree.
Okay. Anyway, I need to get out of here. It's almost 3 a.m.
We're gonna wrap right now. This was actually our last one. So if you need to jump, no worries. But also we're gonna end right here. But yeah. So I just wanted to say, like Shane said, the opportunity costs. I could go ahead and get this, this Jazz Inc. 89 Batmobile, but I'd probably have to shelve some other things that I was planning on getting. So I think there's just too much good stuff for me to make that sacrifice. I think this is perfectly fine for me. The price, around a little bit over, what is it? Is it 7 or 8? Anyways, it's a pretty reasonable price for, I feel like, what you get. And to add a Batman figure, I think it's going to be the perfect display for me. So to each their own. Collection Obsession is saying, if it wasn't for payment plans, I wouldn't be able to get Jazz Inc. items. It's always good to use the tools that you got. And Jose is saying Marco needs to get the Jazz Inc. I don't think anyone needs any of this stuff, but
I think in the LWO we can convince him.
Oh wow! All right. So we'll give it one more attempt here. But with that, we're gonna wrap. Really appreciate everyone joining today. Again, if you're still here, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button on the way out, and help us out there. Shane, I'm gonna start with you. What's coming up on the channel?
Thanks for the link. Sorry, I was lacking energy.
No, you brought it. You brought it today.
Yeah. So look. So there's the Hope show is on Monday night. I've got to do a review on the Clone Pilot over the weekend. There's a review about the specifically about the Vlaladins. If you want to know anything about them, on my channel. I did get my thoughts on the Jazz Inc. 89 Batmobile photos yesterday, and I've got a video prepped. I just have to record it. It's Detolf versus Blaladin, where I point out the pros and cons of the Detolf, the pros and cons of the Blaladin, and I incorporate some things that people brought to my attention in the comment section as well. So it's like I'm trying to do it as objective as possible. Like personally, I prefer these, but I'm going to include the things that people are saying they don't like about them, like the frames cutting out a corner of the figure and stuff like that. Yeah, so that should be okay. That should be. Oh, and I'm getting close to 3K. I'm like, I know, 1 second, I'm 2,835. So if there's someone out there who wants to set up 165 burner accounts tonight, that would be great. Okay. Thanks.
Fantastic. I'm on it. We'll get it going. Just put hashtag Taylor Swift in any of your videos, and I'm sure you'll get there overnight.
Done.
So there we go. So Bretta, obviously you just had Collectors United, LWO tonight. Anything else that's upcoming?
Upcoming. I just dropped just like 30 minutes ago the unboxing for the Jack Nicholson, the Mars Toys one, the museum scene one.
And that's your second Mars Toys video this week, yeah.
Exactly, is the second. And the LWO later after once I wake up, hopefully. And you never know. Sometimes you can go to sleep and never wake up. That's hopefully I will wake up. We never know.
Beautiful message to go into the weekend with. But yes, we pray for you to wake up.
And and what more? I think I have something more, but no, maybe it's those present toy stuff, and I think it's not much more. We are going in to enter into holidays next week, so it will be a very low season year in the next month.
Things are going to get real quiet.
Yeah, because we are China will stop basically from like January 20, something around that, until middle of February. So yeah, I'm expecting for some holidays because I'm very tired. You don't need to get the jazzing, Marco. I'll steer you right.
All right.
No, you will get. Jose is already arranging one hashtag, jazzing for Marco.
This is toxic behavior here, but I appreciate Ryan Smith trying to steer me in the right direction.
But thank you for having me.
Hey, Brett, thanks for being on.
It's always good to come to the Bargain Bin Bros. Even we are not talking as much as Bargain Bin as in the beginning, but it's okay.
Yeah, the problem is that shit's getting more and more expensive, so the actual bargain bins are. It's almost more like, how do you go ahead?
That's how you should start the show, Marco. Did anyone get a deal?
Exactly. It was always how we start the show.
But and I intended to, and I was just kind of a little flustered. So next time we'll definitely start with that. Hold me to it for sure. But no, appreciate you being on, Bretta, and thanks for staying up so late with us after your other long stream. So I'm going to kick it over to Sneaker now. Sneaker, what do you have coming up on the channel?
Yeah, first I just want to say thanks so much for having me on, man. I'm glad we got to link up. It was good chatting with you guys. I'm working on some reviews, so I'm going to do a Bat Cycle review. Just filmed that today. I'm going to review the Bat Cycle. Cobb Vanth is going to be coming in, so I'm going to review him. I got a couple more figures coming into next week, like the Mark III and Wrecker both ship. So I'm kind of getting like hammered with figures here in the next couple weeks, but doing some reviews. And then Monday, I do a show called The Collector Tour, which is bringing people on and kind of gaining their insight into the hobby, learning about them, just kind of more like as a person. And I'm having Zord photography on Monday. You guys have probably seen Zord, who does like you've seen his photos. They're the ones with the gray backgrounds, really good photos. He's awesome. So really looking forward to having him on, picking his brain about stuff on Monday night. That's at 8. It'll be 8:30. I think it's 8:30 p.m. Central Monday night. And then you can always catch me on Wednesdays for Wolfpack Wednesday over on the Jedi Knights Watch channel. There's another live stream I do called Revenge of the Six, which I just kind of pick a topic and ramble about and talk to chat, and that's pretty fun. I'll probably do one of those next week too. So yeah, I stay pretty busy pumping out a lot of content to start off the year. Zord is phenomenal. He's I'm really cool dude. I've been chatting with him a little bit, so looking forward to having him on. But yeah, so lots of fun stuff. You guys can go check out my channel.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being on today, Sneaker.
Thanks for having me.
You making your first Bargain Bin Bros.
Yes, man.
And last, certainly not least, Calvin, where can we find you?
I'll be on with you guys tonight, LWO, and then various locations throughout the rest of the week, just depending on what my work schedule allows. Great time getting on with Steve. I think this is our first time on together.
Yeah, man.
I know we've discussed the one-on-one, so I know I owe you that. Shane, haven't forgotten about you. I still owe you a one-on-one as well. So whenever I can get, we can get those mapped out with my schedule. We'll definitely get those on. Otherwise, just happy to get on with you guys. I know I've been missing Shane's Mondays for a while now. Every time I try and get in, something comes up. So happy to see you guys.
Heck yeah, man. Well, thanks for joining so much. And I think with that, Shane is gone, and we will see you all on the next one.
You are now watching the Bargain Bin Bros. You're goddamn right.